Hey guys, it's your boy Sebby Swole here today, and we're in the kitchen today because a monumental, fundamental part of lifting is nutrition. So you need to know how to cook. Me personally, I love to cook. I cook for all my mates, my family. So today I'm going to show you 3 simple ways you can cook 3 proteins, right? So we're going to do eggs, chicken, and steak. So I'm going to take you through the easiest way to prepare these meats and get the most out of them so they taste the best, whether you're bulking or cutting. All right, let's get to it. All right, so with me today, I've got Zeus Trades here. He's going to be the old mate here trying the cooking, and he's going to give it a rating out of 10 for each dish. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Zeus Trades here. AU shorts right now looking pretty fabulous, you know, trending. So yeah, let's get to it.
Let's get cracking. I've got some thighs here. All right, you can either do thighs or breasts, whatever. Thighs are going to be a bit better because they got a little bit more fat, so they're going to taste a bit nicer. Breasts are just like super dry, man. Super like, nah, bro, no flavor at all. So get these, right? This is excellent for meal prep because you can make it in advance. That's what I'm doing now. All we're gonna do here is make a little bit of a honey soy chicken. So I'm just gonna cut these up, right? Into cubes and strips, right? You can do either. Don't have to flatten them or anything. Just make sure you wash your hands. Do not contaminate the rest of your kitchen because then you'll get sick. Now that we've cut our chicken thighs up into little cubes and strips and we put them in a bowl, easy part, right? We're making the marinade now for the honey soy chicken. Now, I don't really do exact amounts because why cook when you can create? A bit of a Master Foods slogan there, bro. You should sponsor me, yeah? Look at that, Master Foods. So what we've got here, some ingredients. You don't need every single one of them, but if you've got all of them, it's gonna make it a lot tastier than if you have less of them. So first ingredients, garlic powder. Pretty much non-negotiable. Just gonna cover it, sprinkle a bit on the surface there, right? Second up, salt. Iodized salt. Iodine's good for you. Just a little sprinkle in there. You always wanna over-season your food rather than under-season it. So a lot of people don't use enough salt. What are you scared of it for, bro? All right, now we're gonna go with some. Now, if you don't have this one, it's all right. You don't need it. MSG. Not bad for you. Trying to make something Asian, bro, it's just gonna elevate it to the next level. A little bit of a sprinkle. If you get migraines from it, can't help you with that one, bro. Like, just don't use it. Gonna go in with a tiny bit of oyster sauce, like just a little bit. Yeah. Wait for it. Bit more. Yeah, there we go. It's about 1.5 kilos of chicken, so it's about enough. A little bit of Worcestershire, same again, just a little couple of drops. Little bit of a drizzle there. It's all building the flavor here. We're building the base here, you know? Fish sauce, same again. Couple of drops. Yeah, just a little bit on. Rice wine vinegar. This is important here because it's gonna give you that tanginess, yeah? You always need a bit of tanginess. You've got to hit the 5 flavor profiles. You got umami, sweet, sour, salty, and spicy, I think. Yeah, you've got to hit all of them though. So you need a little bit of rice wine vinegar. Pepper. This is black and white ground pepper, and I grind it myself. So I get the whole peppercorns, I put it in a coffee grinder, and then you get this beautiful stuff here. It's not like the crap that you buy that's pre-ground in the supermarket. This stuff's got an amazing kick. There's about a teaspoon of this. Amazing kick without it being actually spicy. Just gives you a bit of heat, you know? The 2 main contenders, raw honey, because pasteurized honey is bad for you, right? Gets rid of all the nutrients. Got to have that raw honey. Then we got soy sauce. Ideally, you would use dark soy sauce and light soy sauce or normal soy sauce. I only have dark soy sauce at the moment, unfortunately. If you only have one type, it's not the end of the world, don't worry. But if you have both, use both. Get amongst it there, mate. All right. Then of course we've got the honey. Again, don't be shy. Really get it in there. Those are our 2 main flavor profiles. A little bit of neutral oil, bring it all together, not too much just because we're gonna be cooking with oil anyway, just a little bit. And there you go, that's what it looks like here. Easy peasy, not very hard. And then you're just gonna mix it all about. The sound of love. Gonna be looking something like this. And that's it, boom. You're done now, you just gotta leave this to marinate. So the real trick is, if you want something that's gonna taste really good, leave this overnight. The longer that you can leave, not the longer, but if you can leave this for 24 hours or so, even 12 hours, it's gonna taste a lot better than if you leave it for 30 minutes or an hour. Unfortunately, we don't have the time for that, so we're only gonna be able to marinate it for about half an hour or so. That's okay, but ideally, you'd wanna make this the day before, let it sit in the fridge overnight covered, and then you have it the next day. You'll really taste those flavors because you'll let all the salt, sugar, and everything really penetrate into the chicken. All right, let's put it in the fridge. All right, now onto the steaks. So steaks are a bit easier, but steaks require a fair bit of preparation as well. So ideally, you will also marinate your steak 24 hours or a couple of hours beforehand, because when you hit it with salt, right, it'll penetrate into the meat, seasoning the meat throughout, right, in the center and pulling out moisture, and then the steak will actually reabsorb it. It's called dry brining, and you'd leave it in the fridge. You can actually do that as soon as you buy your steak. So as soon as you get it from the supermarket, open it up, hit it with some salt, put it in the fridge, and then when you go to cook it, you'll see that it will have basically released water from the steak and then reabsorbed it. But today, we don't have time for that, so we're just gonna quickly season it with my holy trinity, plus pepper. So my holy trinity that I always go with when I'm doing steaks is salt, parsley flakes, and garlic powder. Super easy. You don't wanna season steaks with too much. You don't wanna season a steak with too many seasonings because you'll just ruin the flavor. They're not cheap. Beef has a very strong flavor to begin with. I don't do the pepper all the time because sometimes I add it afterwards instead of cooking it. But today we're gonna do these four. So first step, get your steak out of the fridge minimum 30 minutes, if not an hour before you cook it. This is because the steak needs time to heat up to room temperature so that when you're cooking it, you don't have a cold center when you're done cooking it. You don't have to like overcook it and burn it, right? So once you get it out of the fridge, if it's a bit moist like this, we're just gonna be cooking on stainless steel today. So if you're cooking in a pan, you'd wanna do this. If you're on a barbecue, you wouldn't. But essentially all you're gonna do is pat the steak dry with some paper towels. So if you're cooking it on a barbecue or a smoker, you wouldn't wanna do this just because you're gonna get rid of all that excess moisture, and barbecues and grills dry out the meat really easily. So you'd wanna leave that on there just as a little bit of a buffer. So first we're just gonna hit it with some salt, generously. All right. Onion powder, generously. All right. And hit it with a bit of parsley flakes, generously. And we're gonna do a little bit of pepper, just a little bit. Hectic. Now I'm just gonna rub it in. Just make sure that you're basically sticking it to the meat. Oh yeah. Give your meat a good old rub.
Give your meat a good old rub.
Give your meat a good old rub. All right, now for the eggs. So eggs is probably one of the best protein sources you can get. It's got every amino acid in it, I'm pretty sure. You're gonna be using 2 eggs here and some egg whites. You don't need to use egg whites, obviously. You can just go whole eggs, but I'm just gonna show it as an example. Quick tip, do not crack your egg on the side of a surface because you're basically gonna push the shell into itself, right? And then you're gonna get shell stuck in the egg. So just tap it, roll it a little bit on a flat surface, boom, no shell. See that? No shell. Shell free. Another quick tip when it comes to eggs. You do not season with salt until you're done cooking them. Why? Because this will draw moisture and water out of the eggs, making them like that weird, dry, watery egg with like the water underneath it. It's kind of gross, it looks a bit like a brain. I wouldn't do pepper because then it will make it look like gray and shit. So just do it afterwards. What I do, parsley flakes and chives. Just give it a little bit of color. The chives especially help give it a nice freshness. And she's gonna start whisking. You can do this with a fork if you want, or if you've got a KitchenAid like I do, you can use a KitchenAid. I actually did that this morning because I had like 10 eggs. I was like, you know what, I can't be bothered to do it by hand. We've only got 2 here, so that's all right. I'm gonna be frying up the steak. So, first thing you have to do, cast iron, stainless steel. If you're gonna use non-stick, you're gonna die early, but whatever. Don't use non-stick. You gotta heat it up. So, have your heat on low, medium, high, whatever, and just let it sit there for a bit. See how this is starting to smoke? Means it's pretty much ready. Another thing you can do is you grab a little bit of water, you just chuck it over the pan. You see how basically all the droplets have like solidified? I can roll them around the pan like this. That means that the surface is hot enough to create a non-stick effect. So make sure you empty that water out, just because if you add oil in there, it's gonna spurt. Now we're going pretty high here, just because it's a lean cut and it's pretty thin. So you basically want to develop a really good crust. That's why we dried it off. So I've got avocado oil here, which is a very high smoke point oil. Make sure you're either using this or like ghee or like some sort of tallow. Don't want to use like olive oil or vegetable oil because they go rancid once you heat them up really high. So this is a smoke point of about 250 degrees Celsius, I think, quite hot. So just gonna chuck it down a little bit. This is gonna start to smoke rather quickly, I think. Yep, a couple of wisps of smoke. That's how you know it's ready to put down. So try and lay it away from you like that. That's it. So pretty much just sear them really hot. So I'm pretty much on high here. And then just flip them like maybe once or twice. See, look, that's a pretty good crust there that we've developed. It's all right. Considering we literally took it straight out of the fridge and then put the seasonings on it straight away. It's not the best crust in the world, but it'll do, don't worry about it. So I've let the steak rest for about 4 minutes. Time to cut into it. Oh, let's have a look here. Oh, look at that, mate. I think that's pretty good. Still very hot. It's burning my fingers, but that's okay. All right, time for old mate here. Give it a try. Been to Woodcut, Meat and Wine Co., The Crown. He knows his meats, mate. He loves his meat.
I love it.
Yeah, come on, give it a try, mate. Tell us what you think. Is that
The flavour dancing on the crisp of his tongue. You know what I find? You buy these $12 steaks, right? And you make them better than the $70 ones at the Crown. You know, that's what I don't understand.
big conspiracy, bro? Big conspiracy. Chicken, medium-high heat. It's quite a lot of it, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. A little bit of neutral oil again, avocado oil for the chicken. And then for the eggs, a couple of knobs of butter. Okay, chicken's going down. Oh! That's gonna take a while to cook just because there's so much in the pan, but that's all right, don't worry about it. Now the trick with the eggs is that you've got to constantly stir them and make sure that they don't get too overcooked too quickly, because really notorious for scrambled eggs, people will cook them too long and they'll just dry out. So, got the eggs here, put down the butter's melted, the heat is medium low. Here we go. Stainless steel again, no non-stick. Not trying to get no cancer, you know what I'm saying? Don't want none of that. All right, here we go. No seasonings, just what we put on before. And as soon as you go down, boom, it's already started. Got to pull it off the heat. Oh, it's already done. Oh, too quick, bro. Too quick. You see how quickly that happened? Literally less than a minute, bro. Those are done. Those are done because they'll keep cooking. So Creeves now Connoisseur of all the meat. He's a connoisseur of all the eggs. Let me feed you. Oh yeah, you like that? That tastes nice and moist in your mouth. Yeah, look at that, nice and creamy, not dry. Where's the dryness? You see no dryness there, there's no dryness. Nice and creamy, mate. Look at that. Good, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Good boy.
That's good.
Bro, why would he lie, bro? Why would he lie? No paid promotions here, G. Big man, you ready to try the final frontier?
Yes. I haven't had your chicken before, so this is a honest review. Oh, yeah.
Good, yeah? It's called Salmonella Central.
No, actually, it's fucking good, bro.
Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment, good or bad, because you know, all publicity is good publicity. And get in the fucking kitchen. See you next time. Sebby Swole out.